Do you have any anxieties about raising children in the modern world?
Yes. Grown-ups are losing to the internet.
Yeah.
Kids don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
And the internet's getting better at fucking with humans.
That's actually funny. That's one of my questions later, but I'm going to say it now because it makes more sense.
We're flowing, baby.
Do you have a problem with phone addiction?
No, but I can see how it's 3 weeks away. Let's put it that way. There's times when I was just talking to my wife about it. I said, there's times when I'm embarrassed that I'm on my phone and I'm like putting it away, almost like I'm like smoking or drinking. Like I'm like tugging. I'm like, shit, they're going to know I was on my phone again.
Yeah.
And I whenever I'm not on my phone for a long time, I brag to people. I'm like, I didn't touch my phone all day yesterday.
Yeah.
On the weekends, I usually don't have my phone with me. But during the week, I'm doing comedy, I'm doing podcasts, I'm posting flyers, I'm doing all this. There is a working relationship with the phone, but then there's also like a lot of fun relationships with the phone, right?
Yeah.
And by that I mean watching funny videos or getting caught up in the news, or you know what I mean. Be entertained by it. So it is kind of tough to balance it, but I'm not going to let myself get addicted to my phone.
It's funny because there are good things on the phone. Like you can watch educational podcasts. You can watch things that, make you feel good in that kind of way. But on the same token, it's not good to just feel like you need to be entertained all the time. That's one of the issues that I have with the phone. It's like I'll be scrolling funny videos. They're not really harmful. They're making me laugh. Yeah. But then I become addicted to like, I need to be entertained all the time. Yeah. And I think it's important to sit with your thoughts.
You ever just sit in a dark room and just like exist there?
Yeah. Like, I mean, I feel like one of the reasons I even am a podcaster today is because of my childhood. That's a whole nother, I don't want to get too deep into my childhood, but long story short, I was grounded a lot because I was skipping school. So my dad would ground me a lot because I was skipping school. But weirdly enough, getting grounded a lot, I actually think kind of created me because I was isolated. Like he would take away my phone. He would take away the computer. He would take away the internet. Wouldn't let me go out to see my friends. So there was negatives, but at the same time, there was a lot of positive because I would be in my room just thinking and too much of that could be dangerous. You don't want to think too much that you get so lost in your own head that you lose touch with society, but you also don't want to be so hooked into society and having every blank, space in your thought filled with entertainment and excitement and joy that you stop pondering like the bigger questions in life.
Now we're going to call back. That is one of the beauties of martial arts and how I feel when jiu-jitsu is being done. And I don't want to be one of those guys who just gets on here and talks about that, but it's an activity, and it could be basketball, it could be golf, it could be frisbee golf, it could be parasailing. But you get in these things where like the only thing you're worried about is what you're doing in that moment. Right. And those are very powerful times because, like you said, you're not demanding entertainment from somebody or something.
Yeah.
The phone. I think a lot of people feel that the phones are probably going to be the death of us.
Yeah.
And the robots, and because what the phones are allowing the robots to know what we think about when we think about it, and it allows us to be triggered by things that we see.
My phone can't figure out who I am or what I am because some of the commercials I get, I'm like, I don't think the phone knows my gender because sometimes I'll get stuff that are clearly for women, like, oh, here's your period stuff. And then sometimes sometimes it'll be like, are you not getting an erection? And then recently I got...
well, that's why no one's getting an erection, because of the phone.
Yes.
The young men are not... It's not working. It's because the chemicals are fucked up because of the phone.
I got a YouTube ad the other day sent to me. For some reason, the phone thought it was meant for me. And it was an AI girlfriend. It was like, hey there, big boy.
Yeah,
as I was listening to it, I was like, holy shit. It actually captivated me. And I was like, I can get why young men are fucked, because it was like, I can look however. It had this really seductive voice.
Sure.
I can look however you want, and
not only that, some dude's going to pay $10,000 for that at some point. Yeah, I think it goes back to the confidence thing and like knowing who you are and like all that stuff. Like the phone can manipulate who you are, and really, it knows when you're happy. It's like Santa Claus. It knows when you've been good or bad. It knows when you're awake. It knows when you're asleep, and then it just, it's 3:15. She's up. And and she's feeling this. Let me show her this. Yeah. I think it's getting that good. And then you stay in it. And, I said this before years ago, but Dave Chappelle said in his recent special, it's fueled off of negativity. Mm-hmm. You usually stay because something got you upset. Mm-hmm. And now you got to read the comments to see like, whoa, hold on. Does everyone feel it? That's usually what gets you. It's never something super positive.
Yeah.
You're never like, oh, I was late for work, but I was watching those dog videos and oh my God, they're so good. Yeah. It's usually like, oh, there was a shooting the other day. You know what I mean? It's never anything like hella positive. So those phones, they're smarter than we are.
But in another sense, it's really our responsibility to take care of it. Because if the algorithm is only picking up on what you're watching and it feeds, like, okay, humans are susceptible to something negative gets them alarmed. We're aware of this now. So it's really up to us to have the and I understand that like we could say, but wait, they're so powerful and the forces are against us. They're doing such a good job at it that we don't have control. Yeah. We don't have the will. But I think there are tools to help people. Like, so for example, I'm fucked when it comes to the phone. I'm very addicted to the phone. I'm addicted to social media. I'm addicted to, all kinds of things on the internet. Let's not name all of them. And for me, I use an app called Opal that, and it sounds like every time I bring this up, I'm like, I swear I'm not like
getting paid by them.
I'm not getting paid by them. I only have 1.5K subs on my podcast. I don't have enough to get promoted by somebody yet. But I started using Opal, which is an app that blocks certain apps and certain websites from your phone.
Yeah.
And you're only allowed. So I go on Instagram to post my stuff, but it only gives me a very small window of time. Anybody who knows me can vouch that it works for me because I'll be like, hey, I saw this video on YouTube. And then I'll pull out my phone and be like, shit, it won't let me on YouTube. Never mind. I can't show it to you. It really works. So I really feel like it is our responsibility to find ways, creative ways to get our power back because we're going to become powerless to this thing. It's a drug.
Yeah. It's we talk about narco-terrorists. There's narco-terrorism on the other end of your phone because it is a drug. Well, it's manipulating the drugs that your brain creates, the chemicals that your brain creates, and it's fucking with you. Yeah, 100%. And most of it's not real. And that's the wild shit. You're into shit that isn't, and well, then we get into AI, and that's wild. But you're arguing with someone that's not real.
Yeah, could be a bot that's designed there to get people to argue. Yeah,
you're arguing with a bot, or you're looking at a picture that isn't something that's photoshopped, something from 15 years ago that someone's telling you was last night. You don't even know which way is up, and you're in that world. I mean, it's like the fucking Matrix. Remember the Matrix when he walks by the really good looking girl and he's like, look again, and then she's got the gun in his face.
Yep,
that's where we are. You think it's all sweet and all good, and it's gonna be the death.
I guess the other interesting thing though is that I guess in a weird way that was always the case, but it's just gotten way worse because of technology. But in the past, advertisements, like remember those
pop-ups?
Yeah, those like pop-ups. But even before, like just the way they would add, like when the television first came out and commercials first started coming out, or even before television, there was the newspapers and certain people had influence over the media. So what we're supposed to think and what we're supposed to do has always been something that has been influenced by something more powerful than us trying to get power over us for financial gains or, power. It's just gotten way worse and easier to become easier, but also easier to see through it at the same time because it's so
if you want
prevalent.
To, I think if you want to, but I think it's the equivalent. Like you ever talk to someone like, oh, pot in the 60s is nothing like weed is now. I think it's kind of like that. It's like, oh yeah, you had the TV and you had 4 full channels.
Yeah.
But now you got the internet in your pocket that can show you a movie from Taiwan, and you know what I mean? So it maybe it's like a similar drug, but it's ramped up to the nines. Like it's really, really strong. I mean, we'll see what happens. I think that the grown-ups, like I said, the grown-ups are struggling with it. The grown-ups are struggling with it. The kids don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Okay, so
so good luck. Don't have kids, or no, do whatever makes you happy.
Ooh, all right. The next question's pretty intense,
all right,
but it's a good question.
Hit it.
Do you think evil is a real thing?
Yep,
and if it's 100%. Real, do you think people are born with it, or is it something that is created by circumstance? Hey guys, it's me, your host, Andrea Pranzatelli. If you enjoyed this clip today, please don't forget to hit subscribe. It is my dream to become a full-time podcaster, and your support helps more than you could possibly know. So again, hit that subscribe button to help me keep the momentum going on this channel. Also, for every single clip, there is a link in the description to the full episode if you would like to hear the full episode. And I also have a link to my Instagram below if you'd like to follow me on Instagram as well. So that's it. Have a good day, guys. Bye.